driver rose from his seat, went over to her, and stood with his arm drawn back as if to strike her. "Get up from there," he yelled. "Get up from there." That is the next paragraph, so I want you and your reading buddy to see if there's anything else important to add to the categories that we already came up with. Raise your hand if you or your buddy need me to reread that section. Okay, remember, nonfiction, we need to read a few times to get all of our details. The driver's message didn't register at first. Robinson was still thinking about her holiday trip. Suddenly, the driver rose from his seat, went over to her, and stood with his arm drawn back as if to strike her. "Get up from there," he yelled. "Get up from there." All right, go ahead with your reading buddy and see. If there's anything else you want to add to the lesson, or to the chart. Discuss with your reading buddy. It's not one person.
Okay, let's just think of ideas.
Don't wave.
Okay, boys and girls, I see a lot of people with the same idea. Dalton, and you guys might have come up with this one too, that the bus driver yelled at her or got up and it looked like he was going to hit her or whatever. That's obviously a very important idea or event that happened. And hopefully you guys are using some of your other skills to draw conclusions as to figure out how she probably felt at this time. Did you one more paragraph? Shaken and alarmed, Robinson bolted to her feet and stumbled off the bus in tears, packages falling from her arms. She had made the mistake of sitting in one of the front 10 seats, which were reserved for white riders only. Does anybody need me to reread that paragraph? Okay, I'm going to read it again. Take a look at your categories and see if anything else fits. Shaken and alarmed, Robinson bolted to her feet and stumbled off the bus in tears, packages falling from her arms. She had made the mistake of sitting in one of the front 10 seats, which were reserved for white riders only. Okay, I'll give you about a minute to see if there's anything else to add while you're with your reading buddies. Are you guys talking? You got to share it?
I didn't drop. I did I think another event piece of that is that, or would this be an idea? She got sad, she was sad.
Made the mistake of
She got off the bus.
5 seats, front 10 seats that were reserved for white.
What's the person's name again? How to get on the bus.
Okay, boys and girls, I gave you just a little bit of time to work on this organizer. And I hear a lot of people doing some other reading skills while you're doing this too. I can tell in your head you're probably thinking maybe you're comparing her to another person that you know about, a bus rider who did something opposite to that. Don't say anything right now, but I'm sure if you were reading this book in your head, you might be thinking about that person. I hear some people saying that she was really upset she got off the bus. I hear some people talking about that she made a mistake by where she sat, but yet earlier it said she wasn't thinking. She was probably tired from carrying packages and excited to go on her trip. But we're organizing our information so that we remember all these facts. I see a lot of information already written down, and we're only a few pages into this book. So hopefully we're seeing the advantage of writing these charts out so that we know how to remember our information. This would be way too much information just to remember across our hand, right? We would have to definitely keep notes on this to go back and reread a few times to remember our facts. So what I'm going to ask you to do today is in your book bags, I would like for you to take out your nonfiction book and start reading your nonfiction book. I would like you to create your own chart with whatever topics you think are important to your categories, whether it's people. You might not be reading about a person. You might be reading about a specific animal. So you need to come up with your own categories and start creating a chart on your nonfiction book today. Now, everyone should have a nonfiction book in their book bag because we just went to the